This one is going to be probably one of the most controversial videos that we may make. And what I'm going to talk about is going to be dyno results. Too many people live and die by dyno numbers, and too many places run their mouth about dyno numbers. We have a dyno jet, so everybody says, oh, that's the highest horsepower rating dyno out there. My such and such dyno makes more horsepower, or is the true number of what a car makes, right? So what I'm going to talk to you about is dyno numbers versus results. You can have a real pretty dyno number, that's great. Is it going to go fast? That's a no. So we're going to talk about the Demon and maybe another car. But we're going to talk about the Demon, what it made in power before and after new and old engine, and the results from before and after new and old engine. Okay. In this, you're going to see that the results don't show the consistent, don't show with what the dyno would show, right? This shop says they can get 1600 horsepower. Or, for instance, the last one from these knuckleheads had a 6.4 car that did like 480 on the dyno. Oh, well, it made 490 horsepower or whatever it was on our dyno, or 500 or whatever on our dyno. Ha ha ha, you went over there and you actually lost power. Well, one, you're an idiot. So stop trying to sell your dyno numbers as being better, because they are not better than ours. So what I'm going to show you is how much of a difference, or what the Demon did versus the results that we're seeing on the track. Okay? And I'm also going to show you how we can manipulate those dyno numbers to be overinflated, or to show different numbers to make our horsepower numbers look better, right? Because everybody and every shop knows how to do that. So I'm just going to do some real quick stuff. We're going to show you the differences, and I'll show you what we're doing with the Demon. Okay? So we're going to open up our wind pep. Come on over. Okay. This is why you don't want to live and die by dyno numbers. The dyno is used strictly as a tool. As a tool for us to safely be able to dial in fuel, dial in a little bit of timing without taking these big horsepower cars and going on the street and something happening, okay? So it's more of a tool than anything. Okay, here's the Demon. Nitrous pass before on the old motor. What you'll see here is a little bit of whoops, like ups and downs. This is tire slippage, okay? So the dyno shows that it made 1,037 horsepower, 1281 torque. This was old motor with 150 shot of nitrous on it, okay? Went up to about 6,000, 5,800 RPM. Here's the problem with this. Here's engine RPM. If we put it in time, this run literally lasted less than 2 seconds. There is not enough time in high horsepower cars to be able to get a current or a correct horsepower number. Okay, so switched over time, 1,037, 1281. All right, cool. Let's go put this back in to our engine RPM, and here we go. There's our engine RPM. So torque is on the right, power's on the left. Now, let's see if we can manipulate this number. We're going to go to our data. Let's mess with our smoothing. Make it a little not so clean and refined. We just picked up 30 horsepower and picked up 100 foot-pounds of torque. Okay? This is one way we can do this. I'm going to go over here again. Tools. Options. We're going to change this from standard to let's go change it to uncorrected. $1,046, $1,289. Okay, let's change this again. Instead of standard, let's do SAE. $1,043, $1,285. See this? A dyno reads force over time. That's what gives you your horsepower. So you can manipulate the time, the force, and the standard reading to be able to see this. See? I can do time. I can change all of these things to make our dyno numbers fluctuate. So, never, ever live and die by dyno numbers. So, if I lived and died by these dyno numbers, I would have been pretty angry, and we would have tore this motor down and tried to figure out how we can get more horsepower, right? Because you got other guys that claim 1,500 on their dyno, 1,800, whatever the number may be. Okay. The reality is, dyno numbers make guys believe that they have a fast car. The reality of it is, once it gets on the track or on the street, it really isn't that fast. The speed comes in dialing in the tune, and that is why Z, hands down, is the best at getting a car down the track, tuning from A to B. So 7.9 was a far stretch. That was everything I had given to the Demon to make it run that time. Now, with only 140 horsepower picked up, right? A car that hasn't even broke 1,200 horsepower on the dyno, okay? Let's just say that. Has now, by accident, ran a 782 shut down at the top end with room to spare, parachute let out early, all kinds of stuff. Just ran a 782. We have yet to do a full pass on this motor, and I'm already almost 2 seconds, 0.2 of a second faster than what I've ran before. Pretty consistent. So we're gonna go even faster. The thing that I'm trying to tell you guys, dynos are used as tools. Do not live and die by them. If you want your car to be fast, you need to go to a shop that will tell you it'll make what it makes, but really we need to go to the track and get it dialed in even more, okay? Case in point, that's just the Demon. Let's talk about another car, which is going to be, let's talk about Casey's. Casey's car didn't even break 1,100 horsepower. I think it did like 1,080. We'll double check here in a minute. And maybe 1,050 in torque. If you look at his car, he'll yank the front tires up, go all the way down the track, runs an 8.7. Everybody above and below him are on nitrous, right? The next step faster than him and the next step slower than him were on nitrous. Casey is not on nitrous. This is a Maggie blower only engine built by us, tuned by Z, running an 8.7 in the quarter. Unbelievable. That's fast. With only a car that on the dyno showed 1,050 horsepower? Come on. So, if you're out there saying their dyno is overinflated, their cars don't make much horsepower, those cars don't do anything else, you're full of it. And I would love to meet you on the track and run your 800 horsepower car against our 800 horsepower car and see who wins. Because I guarantee you, you're going on the trade. Damn, is there a fire outside? I guarantee you that our cars will not compete because we have Z. Z is the master at getting these cars down the track. Z is the master at the transmission. He is the best tuner ever. Here at the shop, we've been through a few, and I will never, ever make another change. And if anybody out there would like Z, or would like a car built by us, tuned by Z, you know where to find us, you know where to reach out to us, send us an email, Instagram, YouTube, all of these things, and we'll be able to get you down there. But don't believe the hype of dyno numbers from other places, right? Don't believe this, my dyno's lower, his is higher kind of BS, because it doesn't matter. A dyno is a tool. It's like saying his 10mm socket is better than my 10mm socket. Guess what they do? They both take off 10mm bolts. Okay? So, it's full of shit. Go with the guys like us that are out there at the track, getting things done, getting results in, making cars actually go fast. Because the dyno doesn't matter. Z is the fastest Hellcat in the world, and guess what? That guy does not have a dyno. So, everything that you do is track tested. And there's another reason why all of these packages that we do, if you want to go out to the track, we do provide trackside support to get your car dialed in. Some guys just want to keep it on the street, not do any racing, which is fine. But we provide trackside support included with some of these horsepower packages to get your cars dialed in to be the fastest they can be. Not on the dyno, because it's one run, a few seconds long, but for the entire length of a quarter mile to get the trans dialed in and the engine dialed in and everything jiving together. That's why we are the best, and that's why we are the fastest, and that's why we will continue to be the fastest. 782 on the Demon is just a start. We're going to push it even more. We're going to keep going, and we're going to see if we can hit a 7. I want you to beep that out. We're going to see if we can hit a 7 on the track. And if we do, we'll be done. The Demon will be done. I'll be content and happy until I am contested. But until then, I will be the fastest Hellcat Demon platform ever to run across anything in the US, in the world. So I won't stop until that happens. So thanks for watching. That's Dynos in a nutshell. Please, please, please don't buy into the hype of a dyno. It's only a tool. A 10mm socket tool. And a very expensive tool, but it's only a tool. Thanks.